So a wedding venue in Mississippi is apologizing because the lady working there says she is going to refuse services to an interracial couple on the grounds of religion, her Christian beliefs. Now, that's not hard to believe, because when I was an active member of a church, that was part of their philosophy too. Is interracial couples are not necessarily ideal. They didn't say it was a sin, but they said that it is easier for a person, it is easier for children to come from homes of the same race. Now, this is your proof. Because mind you, this church that I went to, they did have one interracial couple there. The lady, actually, she was white, the husband was black. They had two grown mixed race daughters who also sang in the church and all these type of things. These situations just reminds us that it's never a them problem. It's an us problem. So when you get a same-sex couple that goes into a place and can't get a wedding cake because it's against someone's religious beliefs, meanwhile, this same religious person can serve the rest of the world just fine without, I guess, categorizing their sin So, like I said, it's never a them problem. It's an us problem. Because once they do it to them, they'll do it to you. And then it becomes an us problem all over again. So it's never them. It's always us. So, if this went to the Supreme Court and all this, like the wedding cake thing, is this setting a precedent, like Hobby Lobby, like the wedding cake place, or the cake place, that religious beliefs allow you to discriminate? Ten of Pentacles is the first card. Because that's not what Jesus would do. At all. Now, mind you, I'm completely sort of left field when it comes to religion. I don't really believe in sin as a thing that the Christians believe. I don't believe it the same way, I should say. Sin to me is something you do to someone else or to yourself that causes harm unnecessarily. So when you put someone down, when you steal, when you kill, when you do those type of things that harm other people, then I can say, okay, that's a sin. But, cursing or drinking or whatever that doesn't cause harm to other people, I can't give you that. I can't say, oh, that's a sin. No. So if I have a cake store and a gay couple walks in, wants a cake, make the damn cake. You make a cake for the people who are addicted to drugs. You make cakes for people who are slothful, who are lazy, who are overweight, people who have had divorces. For people of other religions, be not equally yoked with the unbelievers. But, what do I know? Ten of Pentacles. There's the establishments. Five of Pentacles. This will be very bad for business. Just from a business standpoint. Very bad for business. Ace of Swords. Yeah, there's your confirmation. Two of Wands, so preparation. The Devil. Tarotsapprentice. Wow. Greed. overindulgence. That's what the card shows. Because mind you, the wedding cake thing for the gay couple, and then the wedding venue for the interracial couple, they won't take these people's money because of their Christian beliefs, which lets you know that they're not actually Christian. They're just Christian adjacent. Chariots and the Seven of Pentacles. So if you're willing to die on that hill, then karma will let you, because you are preparing for your in particular image to be one of the devil. Four of Pentacles, that's your fear. Clinging too tightly. This is perfect. Clinging too tightly, you let nothing else in. You let nothing else in. You're so heavenly bound that you're no earthly good. You let nothing else in. And you have to really, I think someone just needs to shake them and let them know that they're not actually Christian. I don't know where you go for your religious edification, but they're feeding you something that doesn't actually sustain your spirit. What it does is it inoculates you to the rest of the world, to where you don't believe you need to interact with people differently than you, and then that leads you to looking like this. The devil is not, in my opinion, real. As in, there is no red, leathery skin, horns, pitchfork, spiky tail, burnt skin, human-like creature or serpent that speaks. The devil is more of a, not a metaphor, but it's an energy. This in particular energy is often, not always, but often helped by Christians. They just don't know it. Because if I am a person who is trying to find his way to God, and I see you, cake store owner, wedding venue owner, and I see you, and I want to know, how did you get this inner light? How did you find God? And then you take me to a place that you call a church. Church is the people, not the building, but you call a church. And all I hear is all the things that God hates, including me. I'm done. I don't need to hear no more. Let me go sit down over here somewhere. So you have now separated God from Creator, from creation from Creator. Why would I go and try to get closer to God if what I see as God is the cake store people and the wedding venue people? And that's my idea. That's my example of what holiness is. I don't want none of that. So I'm going to get as far away from that as I possibly can. Because they held so tightly to a belief system that's not real. It's man-made, so I guess it's real, but it's not God-based. They held so tightly they didn't let anything else in, including other people. Your hopes is for new life. Your environment is the King of Pentacles. Behind it, Six of Pentacles. Sharing and giving. You are to be the stewards. This is what God said. Take care of is what he said. If you cannot do that, then say you cannot do that, and then find someone who can. Don't call yourself Christian, and then don't live a Christian life. 4 swords is your warning. Now, I won't go, I guess, that's, okay. It's not a mental illness to be a Christian. It's a mental illness, because it's my mental illness card, but it's a mental illness to believe that God hates and loves the same person. Because you can say that because the Bible says hates. Okay, hates. You can say that he hates gay people, but he loves you. He hates the sin, but he loves the sinner. That, okay, I can sort of get where you get that from, because like if you have a child, you can hate that child's activity, but you love that child. So, okay. If I give you that one, you have to then give me this. If Jesus died for my sin, then I have none. Therefore, God only loves. The action that I take can be judged by you as a person, but my soul, you cannot judge. So if I am gay and I walk into your store, make me a cake, because the rest of my life that has no bearing on yours is none of your business. Or admit something mentally is wrong with you, that you believe he hates and loves the same person. Hate is strong. 7 of Cups, confusion, kills the freeze. Will this set a precedent? 6 of Swords and 6 of Wands, number of man. Six of Pentacles there too. So 6 of Swords is a transition, and the 6 of Wands is the celebrated person. So, will it set a precedent? Yes, it will. That religious beliefs protect you from the law. High Priestess, that inner knowledge, the God knowledge. Well, the sad part is, you can say, don't do business with those who don't want to do business with you. But again, that sets a dangerous precedent that you can just say you don't want to do business with anyone that's different than you, because your religious beliefs say so. So I can make up a religion tomorrow and say I don't want to serve people whose names start with the letter R, and then next thing you know, boom, I'm protected. So that does set a dangerous precedent. It is never a them problem, it's an us problem. We'll fix it someday.